Welcome to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. I am your host, Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth. On today's show, we have an exquisitely fabulous lineup dealing with our third domain, healthy family. You know, we always talk about healthy mind, body, family, finance, and community. Today's show, love and happiness. So stay tuned, get your blue pen and your white paper, and get ready to take copious notes. You are about to get that natural healing transformation you've been seeking. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. I am your host, Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, I hope you have your blue pen and your white paper and you're ready to take those copious notes because you're about to get that natural healing information, that transformation, in fact, you've been seeking. I've got my notes here. I want you to be ready to take notes. Let the healing begin. Well, on today's show, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Beginnings. We're going to let the healing begin. Talk about it in terms of a 90-day process, your willingness to change. And then also, we've got some very special guests lined up from a Soulful Bride that's going to be talking to us about new beginnings, that new life together for love and happiness. So before we get all into that, I want you to get your healing in, right? Because that's what this is about. Your natural self-healing journey here on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. So let the healing begin. Now, the first thing that we want to begin to recognize is that there are 5 domains: healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community, or sometimes we say society. Now, within those 5 domains, we got to first get started. And that starts with a healthy mind. A healthy mind means that willingness. In the process of this 90 days, there are 9 things that you must do to obtain and maintain optimum health. But the first one is in the domain of the mind. Conditioning your mind to do the other 8, right? So sometimes we like to say, you got to get your mind right. And that certainly is what is necessary in order to start this journey. Now, so the journey starts with our relationship with food, right? Our relationships to food. All our lives, we've had this relationship with food. There are things we like and things we don't like. And then the truth of the matter is, in the long term, the things we like, the foods we love, don't like and love us, or we wouldn't show up or end up in the condition that we're in. So we really, as we begin to start this healing journey, must take a look at our relationship to food. Now, this shift, I have to say, I must caution you on, all right? So beware, because when you change, and that's why you're here, right? When you change the foods that you eat, you're going to make some folks mad. It's about the relationship with food. We eat for every occasion. Every occasion. We find a reason to eat. That is the relationship with food. And when you stop going out with your friends and eating the same kinds of things and drinking the same kinds of things that they do, I gotta warn you, I gotta wave the red flag, because folks are not going to be happy with you, okay? Because they won't want to be uncomfortable just because you're making a change. That's a relationship. Now, well, why is that? Why does that occur? Now, this happens, this relationship, this change and how people respond to you when you make the change, This happens because people are threatened. They don't want to have to make a change with you. And there's two things that I have learned in the 43 years that I've been privileged to help people to learn how to self-heal, is that people don't like when you mess with their food, and they don't like when you mess with their money, okay? Those are the two things. And right now we're talking about the food choices. Now, what does this all mean? It means that you are stepping out of the box. You changed your mind, you're changing your relationship to food. You realize that the food that you love don't love you, and you need to make some changes. And as you make those changes, the people around you in those relationships are going to be threatened. They don't want you to mess with their food. They don't want you to mess with their money. And you're doing both when you change your diet. So just know you are definitely stepping out of the box. And that all has to do with a healthy mind as we move into the healthy body. Now, the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle System is a system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works. How natural healing works. So as we begin to talk about it, let's break that down. Let me unpack that a little bit for you. It's a system of knowledge. That means that you can know this. A system of knowledge about how, right? That there are steps, there are ways to do this. There are procedures. There's a lifestyle, right? There's steps that you can take in the learning how, in the knowing how natural healing works. Okay, natural healing works. It works if you work it. It's like anything else. It will work if you work it. And that's why we have our mind right first. And as we move into the body, again, we're now talking about the system of knowledge and the process about how natural healing works. Now, in this Western culture that we live in what I call this culture of sickness and disease, right? Because when you look around, if I ask everybody who's watching to raise your hand if you know someone with high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, lupus, stomach aches, asthma, sinus problems, allergies, your hand will go up. And if it's not you, you certainly know someone. And so we live in a society, in a culture, if you will, of sickness and disease. And in order to turn that around, we must now first recognize that, and then acknowledge it as what's so in the environment, in the community that we live in. The other part of this cultural expression of sickness and disease is that the way that it's dealt with is typically going after the symptom, never the root cause, the symptom. And so you'll find that you have all kinds of meds, all kinds of things to take, even up to surgery and procedures. And sometimes that's necessary. But when you are dealing with the symptom and you're not dealing with the cause, you're never going to get to the root of the problem. So not only do we have this culture of sickness and disease, we have this tendency in this society to just treat the symptom, to suppress the cough rather than get rid of the reason for the cough. Okay, so you can keep on doing all the things you've been doing, and then when you get sick, you just take something to continue to suppress what's really going on. So if it's an overload of mucus, you just take something that stops it from coming up into your sinuses or into your lungs. Well, let me be the one to tell you that it's just going someplace else. If you're not dealing with the issue, it's going to show up someplace else in a way worse than it's showing up now as a symptom. Our body's first line of defense is to tell us something is going wrong. That's what the symptom is. It's to say, hey, a headache is not a call for ibuprofen. That's not what your body's saying. Give me ibuprofen. When you have a headache, the body is saying, I'm over toxic. There's something that's going on in the system that needs you to address. Please. That's what your body is saying. So we want to move away from just treating symptoms. Now we must control the fear and the doubt, because a lot of times when symptoms show up, it's scary. We start thinking about the worst case scenario. So again, healthy mind, healthy body. You have to deal with the fear and the doubt, the fear of what it could be and the doubt as to whether or not we can get well. You're on a natural healing journey here on the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. And this is about the system of knowledge and the process about how natural healing works. So why did I just say that again? Because this is about how natural healing works. So you don't have to live over in the doubt and the fear. You can just learn the system of how natural healing works and then apply it. Apply it. Healthy mind, healthy body. Healthy family. How does this relate to a healthy family? Well, once you understand, you become familiar with this system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works, guess what? You always have it. Once you learn it, you will always know it. And you just keep adding on and adding on to more and more. But here's the really simple thing about it. It's not an infinite amount of things that you need to learn. Really. It's some very basic things. Just some very basics. So what are some of those basics when we deal with the family? If you are the one who does the cooking in the family or you do the shopping in the family, you have the power in your hands to help your family shift by what you bring in the house, by what's in the refrigerator, the meals you choose to cook, the foods you choose to bring in the house, and also those things that are in your medicine cabinet, so you don't have that chemical, risky, artificial poisons that's in skincare and body care and the toothpaste and all of those things. That is how it relates to the family. This is the system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works that will heal your whole family once you decide, once you make a choice, another decision about your relationship to food and how it is you're going to treat and heal your own body. All right? Now, so what am I asking you to do? This is a wake-up call. Oneness Wellness Lifestyles is about helping you to awaken the healer within so that you can have your transformational self-healing. And the doctor, the physician, doesn't become your next best friend. Okay? That's what this is about. Healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community. We're going to go to our interviews and talk about family and the cultural things that we celebrate, particularly weddings, in our next segment, which deals with the Soulful Bride. This is an exquisitely fabulous set of interviews that I was privileged to do with three of my great friends that you're going to get to meet. After that, we're going to come back and continue with our healthy family, finances, and community. I'll see you then. Stay tuned. Happy Healthy Healing Day. I'm Shifat, the holistic healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth, inviting you to watch the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show every first and third Saturday right here on Access 21 TV. What do we talk about? Everything from juicing to old school tonics and herbs, what you can do to help yourself get better. We talk about stop poisoning yourself by putting all those chemicals on your body, and all domains of life: healthy mind, body, family, finances, and community. So tune in to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. I look forward to serving you. Welcome back to the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. Thank you so much for watching. This segment is our She Fabulous segment, and we are here with the partners from A Soulful Bride. I have with me on location here at the Hampton Inn, Yolanda Vaughn.
Hello.
And Shawan McClure-Fields.
Yes.
And a friend of mine,
Yes.
Miss, so I say this, they call her Mister. She keeps everybody in the partnership straight. They call her Mister.
That's
but
right.
She's my friend, LaShonda Millner-Murphy, also known as the Tuxedo Lady. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Okay, very good, wonderful. We're so happy to have you here on today. We're going to talk about this new venture that you have called A Soulful Bride. I've got some questions here. I want to get deep with you, ask you some questions. I really want to get to the meat of this and why you're doing it, because we've heard so many other things that go on in terms of weddings and all of that. And it's wintertime almost, and we're talking about getting married. Okay, and that's usually a June, May conversation.
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes. So tell me, whoever wants to jump in first, what is the meaning of Soulful Bride?
Well, since they call me Mister, I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and lead this in today. First of all, we're so very appreciative of being a part of the show today, and definitely want to take this opportunity to share with the community of what we're doing so wonderfully throughout the Soulful Bride concept. Mentioning the question, Soulful Bride, we really, there's a lot of answers to that one question, but we're going to sum it down for the show today. We really kind of took the word soulful. I mean, when you think of soulful, I mean, what do you think?
Like grooving,
Okay,
and feeling
okay.
good, and also this heart space, this spirit space.
Well, that's exactly what we kind of formed our concept around. Soulful is, the human being, the inner, the spiritual self, and also the emotions that come with it. And you think of a bride and groom, coming together for a special day. They experience all of that. Their spirit, where their spirit is. That's how they create the theme of that special day. They go through the different emotions while planning, even during life, wedding life, marriage life at that point. So Soulful Bride came together with that. I know we're putting emphasis on bride, but we are considering to our groom.
Okay.
So so that's how we kind of came together with the concept of Soulful Bride.
That is so meaningful. I can see a groom and a bride, deliberately putting the groom first, see the groom and the bride really being able to feel that in terms of putting this all together.
Yes.
And you said that so beautifully. Thank you so much. So what are the benefits of a bride and groom participating in A Soulful Bride?
I think the benefits are it's small, it's unique, it's boutique style. They're going to, come in, they're going to see the new trends that are trending as far as the wedding business is concerned. So I think that's...
So, boutique style.
Yes.
You mentioned that this is a couple things you said. The wedding business.
Yes.
We don't think about it. When we're getting married, you don't really think about the wedding as a business. You just think about this is your special day. So thank you for bringing that part up, as wedding as a business. But can you tell us a little bit more about this boutique style you mentioned?
Basically small business owners within the community. We're looking for people who have something different to offer to our brides and our grooms as well.
Okay, very good.
And someone too, when you think of boutique, you do think of small, but also you kind of immediately think of feeling that one-on-one, not something that you're part of a large group or quantity of people that walk in. You have that, that one-on-one, and everybody likes that one-on-one attention, and this is what the show will offer that day. Even though the rooms will be filled with 200 and 300 brides, we're still going to incorporate that one-on-one feel.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Makes it a lot more intimate.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes to feel like they're just lost
Exactly.
in a whole production of something going on.
Yeah, not especially for, this particular special day.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So why was Soulful Bride created?
Well, I guess I'll take that one. This whole thing came about, and I guess my kind of the tagline that we use is "It was all a dream," and it came to me in actually a dream. I thought about there's not a showcase or bridal showcase that targets the bride of color, the bride and groom of color. So through that, kind of reached out. We had conversations, and a partnership was formed. And then we had a team, and that's where we are today. So we're trying to create a signature cultural event, where this is not something that we just do. We stop at the showcase, but throughout the whole year or throughout the time that we do this, that we can have events that are ongoing that cater to the bride, such as demos and different instructional seminars, and then also for the groom, we can do things to cater to him. So it's something that we are trying to create a vision and create a signature events that's ongoing.
And I do want to add to that, because as you know, Yolanda is the event designer, but she's continuously always thinking of ways to kind of create some events, some atmospheres that bring people together. And from that dream and us having our individual talents in the wedding industry, that's when the partnership kind of formed off of her dream, kind of giving us the concept of what she really saw this to be, and again understanding the positive side, the impact of what partnerships, what different talents, what diverse talents can do. And this is kind of how it created. But of course, one has to get it started, and that was her dream, with then the details coming into place from all the talents that we have as a team.
Right.
Well, it's very well crafted. I mean, when I look at you, and I really had the privilege of being at the launch, so to speak, in the event, and it was really very wonderful to see it all come together from Yolanda's dream, and as you speak that, really the vision of it, because when you talk about having other events and then bringing all of your skills, talents, and abilities, and really, I want to say this passion that you have, that it glows in all of your eyes when I'm talking to you, or when I see you huddled together and talking to one another about it. So a dream realized, and so this is really wonderful. Thank you. So with the dream, what is the mission? What is the goal?
The goal, the mission, is actually to continue to provide events, services, as Yolanda mentioned, demos, seminars, that's ranged around our bride and groom of color. The point is that we're not stopping at one event. We're building relationships among our brides and grooms. They're depending on Soulful Bride to be that provider of what they need for that special day, and even the years after, as they enjoy each other's life. And just even a little further, even with the vendors, which we're liking to call affiliate partners instead of just vendors, we're creating a culture within ourselves in order to be very much like-minded in creating, again, what our bride and groom of color needs along the way.
So yes,
I just wanted to add just one thing to that. Also, in the immediate future, we would like to also continue to do the showcase in our immediate region, but also to expand and to be able to continue to brand nationwide. What we are doing is we're striving to create a signature event that brings together boutique-style businesses, which recognize that our modern couple has a very rich heritage, that sometimes their wants and needs need to be embraced at all of their wedding festivities or activities. And that's something that we just want to create and make sure that is not left out for them. It's just something that is just important that we feel needs to be included in their special day.
Right.
Well, that's wonderful. So what I'm hearing is that your dream is to make it memorable.
Yes.
To make it make
Yes.
this event really memorable
Yes.
and rich with regard to the heritage of those participating.
Yes.
That bride and groom.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, from the person with the dream, I need to hear that from you.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So
definitely.
thank you. My next question, Shawan, I'm gonna go to you for a minute here. Tell me what's next for Soulful Bride.
What's next for Soulful Bride is coming up in the spring or summer, we're going to create another signature event, and we're going to invite brides and grooms back, as well as their families, to participate in that event as well.
So
we're really excited about that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, very wonderful. Very wonderful. I'm so looking forward to it.
Okay.
'Cause I want to be in the room, and
Yes.
I encourage everyone watching to connect with the
Yes.
Soulful
Yes.
Bride.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss this in terms of how it is the next big thing. All right, and just plug in to our Soulful Bride partners here.
Yes.
These beautiful, beautiful women. So we have this partnership, this wonderful dream realized, coming into blooming, into fruition, into a national
Yes,
brand,
yes, yes.
and with signature events and a boutique style feel for the brides and grooms. I'm just really loving this. So what makes your showcase different? I guess that's the real question, because there are other things going on. What makes Soulful Bride different?
I would say, and I think we all kind of play into this, but what I feel that makes it different is, for one thing, being a part of many bridal shows for the business that I have been involved in with the tuxedo
Tuxedos,
rentals. I kind of have to get out there and keep myself out in the marketplace. So comparing that to other shows that I've been involved in, one thing, the small feel, I think is really what's going to make it very, very different. Being very, very selective in those affiliate partners that we're bringing to the marketplace, to our bride and groom of color. And I think the largest part, would you say, Yolanda and Shawan, is that being that we've created this target market that's really a big niche, in the marketplace, this bride and groom of color. There's not been anything similar to that in Charlotte. So,
Right.
would you all kind of agree
Yes.
that's the kind of the
Definitely.
biggest part? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is special.
Very special.
This is very special.
Very special.
Because if you are serving the market in a way it's never been served before, that is very powerful. Very powerful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to Charlotte.
Congratulations to Charlotte.
That's
Yes,
right. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
This is really, really wonderful. Now, you talked about having this family style, boutique style, but where your affiliate partners, thank you, your affiliate partners actually become part of the landscape,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
will, for continuing to serve the brides and grooms. And then you said after the wedding.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about that. What does that mean?
That means that the bride and groom are coming to us to help them plan their baby showers, to help them plan their 40th, their 50th, their parents' parties, and things like that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Lasting
Okay.
relationship.
Yes.
Yeah,
A lasting relationship. And that's what the wedding is all about.
Yes.
that's right.
The lasting relationship.
family.
And family.
Yeah, what you mentioned, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm glad that
I
you're
get
so
thrill
passionate
bumps.
about it.
I get thrill bumps. Well, this is, anytime you're creating something that is a game changer, right? And that's just
Right.
something we use in business,
Yeah.
right? We know it's a category creator, right? We know that you ladies are serving the market in a way it's never been served before, especially right here in Charlotte.
That's right.
So when we say hooray Charlotte, yes, but it's really for those of you who are planning a wedding, for those of you who are, you're ready for your nuptials, a Soulful Bride is the place to be. It's going to be across the nation. If you have family members that are getting ready to get married, you're going to want to connect them to a Soulful Bride, because this is the future of the wedding planning.
Yes.
So I'm passionate. I'm excited about this, and I'm not even married. So it's like it's room
Everybody
for me,
likes
right?
to feel loved,
Yes,
right? And
that's
right.
that's the atmosphere.
Oh,
And
so
we're
beautiful.
seeing family come. Of course the vending will be available for bride and groom, but the atmosphere is for family to be a part of that planning process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's welcome? Who can attend the show? Who's invited?
Everyone.
Family.
Everyone. With
Yeah.
open arms. Although we do have a target marketing, we have trying to create that signature event for that target market. We don't want to exclude anyone, and we don't want to feel that anyone to feel that they are excluded. So that day, we welcome everyone to come with open arms.
Okay. So you're all invited.
Yes.
You heard it first right here at the
Yes.
Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show.
Yes.
And She Fabulous. Isn't this She Fabulous?
Fabulous.
Fabulous, right? Wonderful. A soulful bride.
Yes.
We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
If you want to get a lot of people very angry at you, and you're in the health profession, it's fairly simple. Begin to cure incurable diseases.
It would ruin the economy. Billions of dollars.
Cancer is one of the richest multi-billion-dollar industries in the world, and every cancer patient is a commodity.
The huge pharmaceutical companies have everybody in their pocket, from the president on down to the senator's representative. Everybody gets paid.
Something's terribly wrong when you treat cancer and your hair falls out and you vomit. This is truly medieval.
People in the United States and developed countries who are treated for cancer don't even die of cancer. They die of the treatment of cancer.
Many years from now, people look back at this time and wonder what kind of Neanderthals we were.
A prophet many years ago, he said, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Good morning. I am Reverend Claire Middleton from the Center for Spiritual Living Colors here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Once again, I am so pleased to be able to be with you and share some ideas. Today I want to talk about a gift that we have. And it's a gift that generally children embrace. And along the way, we may or may not have lost it. I was thinking about this this morning, and I said to myself, we don't use it, but that's really not true. We do use it, and I want to make you aware of it. It's imagination. Imagination. Thinking about something that has not come about yet and putting feeling into it. And I realized that when people are afraid, they're using their imagination. They are thinking the worst of something, and many times they can feel it, they see it, and they're kind of taking their mind through pictures of what can happen with something. And I want to take that ability and turn it in another direction. I realize that imagination is something that's alive in us all the time, but we're not always aware of it. So with an awareness of imagination, I invite you to begin to see something for yourself. You know how when you were a child, you would sit and take time and imagine yourself maybe on a bicycle, and you could see yourself riding down the road and even hear yourself and your friends, and it was new, and you can hear them laughing and yelling, and that's the kind of imagination that I want to bring to life in us in terms of the good things that we would like to experience in our life. You know, the Bible says, act as if. And I'm absolutely clear that part of the act as if is using your imagination. See, for me, imagination is a spiritual practice, and it's something that I like to allow myself to do every single day. Take some time to see myself doing something that I really desire to do, and allowing myself to just freely move in it, and move in it with my energy and with the ability to see things. You know, your mind, your subconscious mind, sees in pictures as well as words. So as we feed it, it begins to take that picture, and what I know happens is that it begins to draw to itself molecules that match the energy of the picture. Now, what I want to explain on that is this, that the subconscious mind does not discriminate whether this is a good idea or not. It simply functions. It works. So as we feed it these ideas, especially if you have emotion to it, what happens is that there's a vibration created. And that vibration helps to draw the molecules that match the vibration so that the experience shows up. So when we're afraid, we put a lot of emotion in it. And we can feel things, and we hear something, and we see what's going to happen. Well, we can take that same focus and put it on the good that we would like to have in our lives. That would show up. Because again, the subconscious mind doesn't have the ability to say yes or no on it. So I invite you to, on a daily basis, begin to think about the things that you really would like to have in your life. Part of this teaching is about visualizing. And the visualizing really is a form of imagination. And what we do in this teaching is that we often will make what we call these boards. And the boards we put on it are pictures of things that we would like to experience in our lives. And if we look at them on a daily basis and begin to put some energy into them, before you know it, everything that you have on this board now shows up. Well, because I am a tactical individual, the flat board doesn't work for me. So what I like to do is build stuff. And the first time I did this was, I guess when I was maybe 21, I decided I wanted an apartment. And so I got this cardboard box and I began to build this room. And I put the carpet and the furniture and the windows and I just decorated it. And it was a three-dimensional piece, so I could look at it every single day. And before you know it, I want to say in about 3 weeks, I had an apartment. It worked for me. And also in our church, when we decided that we were going to buy the property that we now own, we decided we would make a model of the property. And we did just that. We got trees and we got shrubbery and we laid out our lake and we laid out our buildings. And we showed it to the congregation and offered for them to be able to buy pieces of it so that we could have a down payment. And it worked because people could visually see what we were talking about. So it's the same thing, imagination. You know, one of the things that I realized because I was a teacher is that a lot of times our children sit in the classroom and they wander off, they're imagining. And can you hear that voice of that person saying, pay attention, come back here, pay attention, stop doing that. Well, part of that helps to shut us down. We stop imagining. But I want to re-spark that. I want you to take some time because, see, for me, that is visiting heaven. That is creating your heaven. So it takes your input, your energy, to start building what it is that you're desiring to have. And if you haven't heard me say it before, let me say it again. Your job is to decide what it is that you desire and get out of the way. It's God's job how it shows up. That's none of your business. And see, a lot of times we put too much energy in how we're going to do it. Well, if you knew how to do it, then why are you disturbing God about it in the first place? Just go on and do it. But if you're looking at a serious, big dream, a change in your life, then that's when we really need to depend upon the creativity of God. So our part is to begin to see what it is we desire. And it's more than see for me. It's putting every last one of your senses in it. You see it, you hear it. If there's anything around that makes noise, you begin to hear that. You feel it, and you begin to taste it if there's a taste to it. So you bring everything you have to that process. And as you begin to do that, it takes on a life. When I wanted to go to college, in my living room was my suitcase. It was packed. Each and every day, in order to get from the door to my bedroom, I had to pass this suitcase. And in doing it, I was constantly putting the picture of me taking that suitcase and going to school with it. Of course I went. Absolutely. Because I had put an image into the universal mind that was going to be absolutely, without question, answered. So that's part of how it works. One of the most beautiful gifts that we have is imagination. Nobody can stop it. Nobody has to be involved in it. You can tap into it freely each and every day, and you get results from it. Again, how you use it is really up to you. If you are taking your imagination and you are looking at all the things that can happen against you, you are taking that gift and using it for your own demise. If you are taking your imagination and beginning to see all the wonderful things that can show up in your life, then you are taking that gift and you're using it for yourself to be elevated in life. So I invite you to think about your imagination. I guarantee you that sometime during the day, you're using it. It may be when you get in your car, you're imagining traffic. It may be that you're imagining getting in your door at the work on time. It may be that you're imagining sitting and being bored at work, or you may be imagining that there is so much work and you're doing such a great job that you're getting a promotion and a bonus. It really is all up to you. It is an awesome, fabulous gift that we often use unknowingly, and when we are conscious of it, we absolutely can direct it for our good. We can direct it into something new and wonderful. And as I said before, how you get from where you are to where you are desiring to be is none of your business. And what's so wonderful about it is that you can dream big dreams. You don't have to dream a dream that you can see yourself doing this, this, and this to get there. You can dream a dream and you don't necessarily see the steps. And that's what's so wonderful about it, is that we really are left to discover ourselves. And the question is, how much are you willing to discover about yourself? How much are you willing to step into the unknown? How much are you willing to put your energy into a new life? The Bible tells us to act as if. And part of that is creating the image and then beginning to act as if it's already shown up. So part of me going to college was getting the clothes, getting all the things that I would need when I got to school, getting my bag and knowing that I had luggage to pack, not waiting till the last minute, being prepared. It's the same thing if you're looking for a job. Get up. Act as if you're going to work. Put your work clothes on. Have the audacity to step at the door, open the door, and go out as if you're going to work. Use your imagination. See yourself arriving at your new position. If you are at the point where you would like to see yourself with a business of your own, well, don't wait. Start deciding what you're going to call it. Start looking for a location for it. And when you find that location, begin to see yourself in that location. Don't worry about the steps between where you are right now and how you get there. Your position is to listen. And if Spirit needs you to step forward to do something, you're listening so you can hear it. But imagination, imagining yourself there, is the key to getting there. Seeing yourself successful and beginning to move about as if you are successful, acting as if. You know, I addressed someone the other day who had on holy pants, and you want to be prosperous. Acting as if means I'm dressing prosperously. I'm carrying myself in that manner, in that attitude. With my imagination, I can go from here to as far as I can imagine. So I invite you to imagine a wonderful, awesome, new life. It's available to you, and it's absolutely free. And so it is.
Welcome back. You're watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show, and I am your host, Shifa, the natural healing voice of the soul of Mother Earth. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just love those interviews, A Soulful Bride. Now, that brought us into that conversation about love and happiness and family, right? And family is the third domain in our system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works. Now, since we moved through family, we are still wanting to just dive a little bit deeper into this system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works. Now, you still have your blue pen and your white paper, because what I really want you to really get, as I've been talking to you about this society and this culture of sickness and death and disease, that we've been programmed, we've been conditioned to just treat symptoms. Remember we were talking about that? So as we're tracking through that and continuing to unpack how it is we are able to keep our mind right? Healthy mind. Keep our body healthy. Keep our body fit. Keep our body free from chemical, risky, artificial poisons that compromise our health and well-being. We want to move away from just the management of disease, where we're just suppressing symptoms, right? Where we're not addressing the cause. We want to get to the root of the matter. And getting to the root of the matter means we get to move away from the pharmaceuticals, and we get to move away from the dealing with everything by just cutting the organ out. You know what I'm saying? It's not working, just cut it out. And we want to move more toward how is it that we use natural remedies? How do we use what God already put on the earth, what's already been created here for us to heal the body with? How do we move toward that? That's what we're talking about. That is the Oneness Wellness lifestyle. That is part of your self-healing journey to awakening the healer within, so that you can experience your own transformational self-healing. When I talk about getting it from the earth, from what the Creator already put here, it really is beginning to recognize that the creative source of all things really has put everything that we need here on the planet. And that means wrapping your mind around that. And also moving into that place of centeredness, that space where your belief system lives, where you have faith in the God of your heart, all right, that you can heal. Some of you may be experiencing things that, conditions in your body that you've been dealing with for years and years and years. Sometimes when people have come to me over the 43 years that I've been privileged to help people to understand and to actualize self-healing in their life, they come to me with 10, 15 different medications that they're on, and they're just sick and tired, the saying of being sick and tired. And I'm here to say that there's some things that you can do, and it's just a matter of you having the right information for your transformation. This system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works is exactly that, to move you from that space, to awaken you to what is possible. And as you succeed, you begin to cultivate your own human excellence. Yes, it's really that deep. I have to really go there. When we talk about the God of your heart and everything already being provided, well, what is it there for? What is it that we want to know this information for? Why is the question. So you can cultivate your own human excellence, and make that what I like to call that sacred life connection between your health and your well-being and what you say you believe in. Because many of us have faith, but we don't have the works that go with it. And the system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works is the missing piece. It's the missing piece, beloved. So as you are journeying through this process, that we start with 90 days, okay? And I'm going to give you some things to start with. You will find that you are making the connection that could possibly save your life right now and prolong your life. So where do we begin? It's a 90-day process just to set the foundation. Now, I'm not saying that 90 days is all it's going to take. In my experience, once a person can get past the first 90 days, we've laid a successful foundation for not only overcoming the issue, the illness, the dis-ease in their body, but set a very powerful, sustainable foundation for health and well-being for the rest of your life. But we start with that first 90 days. Now, what do we do? Here it is. Write this down. 2 leafy green salads, half your body weight in ounces of water. Now, if you have a body weight of more than 200 pounds, you recognize that half your body weight would be 100 ounces of water, right? So up to 128 ounces of water. If half your body weight in ounces of water would require you to drink more than 1 gallon of water a day, that's where your benchmark is. All right? So half your body weight in ounces of water and 2 leafy green vegetables every day. The next part is making sure you have proper elimination. The body gets sick because of the toxicity, because of environmental poisons, because of many different reasons. The foods that we put in cause our bodies to be toxic. So you want to make sure that you have proper elimination. You should have a bowel movement for every meal that you eat. If you put it in through your mouth, you should see it coming out the other end. All right? So constipation is one of the major problems when it comes to health and well-being. So we're tracking through the very basics of this first 90 days of this system of knowledge and process about how natural healing works. So let me just kind of slow down a little bit because I've given you some things to do. Recognize that if you can do these things, these very simple things, first, get your mind right, all right? Condition your mind to do the other things. I said in the first segment that there are 9 things that you must do to maintain or to obtain optimum health. And the first thing that's necessary is to condition your mind to do the other 8. So I've given you just a few things to do. Half your body weight in ounces of water, 2 leafy green salads every day, and make sure you are not constipated, that you have regular bowel movements. You should have a bowel movement for every meal that you eat. All right? 2 weeks. If you can do that for 2 weeks, you are well on your way, and you will see an improvement in your health and well-being. You will notice that you have more energy just from doing those things. Next, we want to add on the nutritionals. You want to have a whole food nutritional that you are putting in your body to make sure you're feeding your cells. Make sure that you're giving your body the raw material that it needs, because even if you shop organic, we can't guarantee that the nutrition that you need is in your food, because all the soils are depleted. So organic nowadays just means it doesn't have the pesticides and insecticides and all that stuff on it. A better choice than non-organic, okay, I'll give you that, but it doesn't mean the food is any more nutritious. So you still have to supplement in the day and time that we live in. That's just the fact of the matter, okay? Willingness to change. How willing are you to change? As I said, getting through the first 2 weeks of those 90 days with what I've just suggested for you is a benchmark. From now on, the next part of the 90 days really becomes easy. But it still requires you to have this willingness to change. We've talked about healthy mind. We are talking about healthy body, healthy family as it relates to our gatherings and our celebrations. Now let's talk about healthy finances, because this becomes the stumbling block, okay? It costs too much. It's too expensive. That's a lie, okay? Let me just be the one to say it flat out. That's a lie. That's a myth. Yes, the box of cereal over here is more than the box of cereal over here, right? You're really paying for what's not in it. But when you begin to put those first few things in place in your life that I've already suggested to you, you're going to eat less food. So when we start talking about healthy finances, you're going to eat less. If you are not going to be eating the steaks and the pork, you know, those expensive cuts of meat, and you're going to be moving to fish and chicken, and you're only going to be eating flesh, only going to be eating meat maybe 2 to 3 times a week instead of every day, 3 times a day, your grocery bill going to go down. That's just a fact of the matter. So don't let this myth, this lie that's floating around out there cause you to have the excuse, cause you to not be willing to change so that you can heal, so that you can get better because of the money. Because the fact of the matter is, either you're going to heal now naturally, or you're going to find yourself in the hospital at some point with some preventable disease that you paying way more for, okay? And not to mention the cost of not being able to work or with your family and loved ones. Okay? That's healthy finances. And then healthy community. As you get well, everybody around you gets well. So I want to thank you so much for tuning into our show today, the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. And I would encourage you to take what you've learned and put it in use in your life today. And I look forward to serving you in our next episode of the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. Thanks so much for watching. Have a happy, healthy, and healing day.